And this is Kentucky Hot Brown Boys.
Do not attempt to adjust your screens. You're not misreading that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our very special guest, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. The legendary, I said it once, I'll say it again, the motherfucking legendary Bruce Leonard, everybody. What's going on,
What's up, man?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
It's great to be back.
It's been about 3 years.
Yeah, it's been about that long. I think I just moved in here last time you were in here, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we did. I
been a
did
minute
the
or so.
show right before I left.
Yeah, yeah. No, you came. You were already in North Carolina,
Yes.
and then you were on your way to Vegas, and you stopped in. So we haven't seen you since you've been in Vegas at all.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's been wild.
I know.
Well, I haven't really been home.
Yeah, I think this is the
Like
first
I saw
time.
my mom. Like this. I haven't seen her in 3 years. You know, my dad's came out to Vegas a couple times, so I seen him.
Right.
But my mom, she don't travel, so I
Yeah.
haven't seen her in 3 years.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine not seeing my mom for 3 years.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
You get through it.
Well, I mean, I lived in Florida for 10 years. So
That's true. Yeah.
I'm used to not
Not being
seeing them all the
right
time. But
there.
I mean, it is weird
Right.
because when I moved home, then I saw her, more. So then when I left again, it was weird again. I guess.
Yeah. Not to discredit our other guest, but Darren Harold's here, guys. Everybody remembers him, right?
Nice to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, man. You were on last time I did a show, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so Bruce, we haven't seen you since you went to Vegas. Tell us about Vegas, man. What's popping off down there or over there? I should say.
What do you want to know?
Everything. fill me in, man.
Well, I mean, I went out
I'm
there.
writing this biography.
I
on
went
you.
out there with a mission to do comedy, and I'm doing it.
Hell yeah.
So I've done that.
So from my understanding, you've totally quit the day job.
In November, I finally I quit my job. What happened was, I moved to Vegas.
Right.
I got a job at the grocery store. I always worked in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I just started doing comedy and just started doing every mic I could every single night.
Yeah, you were
sometimes twice a night.
you were
3 times a
blowing
night.
up there at first. It was just like every night. You were hitting
and
up
I
the club.
and I had a lot of momentum going. And I started to get real gigs, and then I started closing some shows, and it was like, okay, I'm moving up.
Right.
And then the pandemic happened, and everything shut down.
That nasty P word.
No, I'm saying Vegas was shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Entirely for a whole year.
Everything was.
Like
man.
the casinos were dark. There was no shows. There was nothing going on.
Was the strip like not even lit up?
Yes.
It wasn't even lit up.
Well, sometimes, but not like usual.
Yeah.
That's gotta
Like
be
halfway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's got to be weird to
Yeah.
be in some place that's known for being lit up all the time, having
Right.
mass
Yep.
people.
It's all
Walking
dark.
around,
You
no
walk down the street and
people.
there ain't shit.
Nothing. You could go on the strip, and it was like a apocalypse movie.
Yeah.
Where like you'd walk down the sidewalk, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Leaves blowing.
Shit
and
blowing, yeah.
Yeah,
Like this used to be something.
People used to gather here. I
Right,
think.
exactly. So then I didn't know what was gonna happen. It was like, okay, am I gonna go back down? Because I hadn't been there that long.
Yeah.
It was like, am I gonna fall back down? All the work I had done, all the momentum I had going. Like, am I gonna lose all that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But then we came back, and no.
Still
What happened was
still
a
had
lot
the
of
full
people,
momentum.
on the bottom just never came back.
Yeah.
Where they got for
they got
whatever
so
reason.
far, and then they just
Or they were,
never happened for
or
them,
they
yeah.
were just like halfway in it to begin with.
Right.
And so that year out, they were like, "Fuck it, I'm not going back."
Yeah.
You're in it to win it, though.
So a lot, right?
Yeah.
So and then I still have my show on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
I've had that
Caption
for
this. Yeah.
almost no. I host an open mic
Oh, I thought you meant like
at
the
this
podcast
place.
show.
No, on midnight. Every Tuesday, I host an open mic at this place called Champagne's, and I've
Okay.
been doing that for the whole time I've been there, just about.
Right.
Because that's another story I'll tell you in a second. So when we came back, I kind of just got pushed up,
Um.
and then I started to look, because I didn't go to Vegas to become big in Vegas. I went to Vegas because it's like a good gym to live in.
Yeah.
If you're a comedian, like you can work out all the time. You can get on stage every night.
Yeah.
And it's centrally located in the West, and it's cheap to fly in and out. So if you're gonna travel, it's cheap planes, in and out of Vegas.
I've always heard that they've had like scarily cheap flights in and out of Vegas.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Like I'm going.
It's only expensive when you miss your plane.
Yeah. I'm going home on Tuesday. It cost me $77.
Dang, that ain't bad.
You know what I mean? So it's cheap
You're
enough.
not Flying with Frontier, are you?
Am I flying Frontier?
Maybe.
I
hope you ain't, man. Because
I've done it
Frontier
a
fucked
couple
me
times.
hard.
Oh, why? What'd they do?
Well, we were out in California,
Right.
and we had separate flights. We'd booked our flights at different times, and he had a Delta flight, and I had a Frontier flight. Well, I had a layover in Colorado, and then a straight shot from Colorado back to Cincinnati. Well, I didn't end up in Cincinnati. I ended up in fucking Cleveland.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So apparently, when we were coming in to land in Cincinnati, there was a storm, and the pilot couldn't.
Yeah, he was actually.
Oh.
He was actually supposed to get there before me.
Yeah, I was supposed to be home before him.
Like a
Yeah,
lot.
but I'm just saying though, like a storm or something. That's not on them.
But it wasn't like a bad storm. It was just like some
So you think
It's
it's
not
hell-
some
necessarily-
heavy rain.
No,
you
Right.
know?
It's not necessarily that made him.
Oh no, it wasn't that made it bad.
Oh, okay.
Like instead of
It's what happened after.
yeah,
Trying to get another plane, another flight.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they got on. They were like, yeah, we're gonna approach for landing. Blah blah blah.
Right.
So then like 45 minutes goes by. And we're like, man, how come we haven't landed?
Right.
And they're like, well, there was a storm. We couldn't land, blah, blah, blah. We're going to divert to Cleveland where we're going to refuel. And by that time, the storm will pass and we'll bring you back. So I'm like, all right, whatever. As long as I get home tonight, I'm cool.
Right.
Get to Cleveland. And they're like, yeah, the pilots can't fly no more. They've reached their max hours for the week. You guys are going to have to find a hotel and we'll fly you home tomorrow.
Right.
And it was like, well, can you guys find me a hotel? Because I don't know shit about fucking Cleveland.
Right.
Don't know where I'm at. Don't know where I'm fucking going to go.
Right.
And they were like, no, we'll give you a credit voucher after you pay for it.
Right.
And I was like, well, what about a fucking Uber ride? Can you guys drive me to a fucking hotel? And they're like, no. I was like, can you reimburse the Uber? No. So this whole big fiasco started
Right.
where I'm trapped in Cleveland. I had to find a fucking hotel. I finally found a hotel. And it was literally the last room that they had, according to them.
Well, of course.
Yeah. But I got the last room. I literally went to my room, took a shower, went to bed, woke up, went back to the fucking airport. Get to the airport. I sat there for like 6 hours because they kept fucking up something.
Right.
Either the pilots didn't show up or they didn't have enough crew
Right.
for the plane. And then there was mechanical issues.
Right.
And it was just like everybody was standing around pissed, trying to find rental cars to drive to Cincinnati. Nobody had rental cars. You couldn't fucking do nothing. The only thing you could do was rent a U-Haul truck. And nobody wanted to fucking pay that kind of fucking price. It was ridiculous. I looked
Or
into it.
rent a rider and find Frontier headquarters.
Yeah.
True.
But after
Like,
all
where
that,
is this place?
after all that was said and done, I went back and forth on the phone and through email for probably like 2 months. And I told him, I was like, look, I have the time and resources to just sit around and fucking call and email you guys every fucking day.
Right.
If you don't give me what I fucking want. And all I wanted was my money back.
Right.
For that part of the flight. And I wanted reimbursed on the hotel, which they did reimburse me on the hotel. They didn't do shit for my Ubers I had to take everywhere.
Right.
But they ended up giving me, I forget what they
Leave
ended up
it
giving me
free
back.
plane.
Yeah, when we first got to Cleveland, they were like, yeah, we're going to give you a $180 voucher. It's good within 90 days or whatever. And I was just like, I ain't fucking flying with you motherfuckers ever again. Like, this is bullshit.
Right.
Like, you can take your fucking $180 voucher
Right.
and shove it up your ass.
Well, that's what happened
Yeah.
to Allegiant.
Yeah, well,
Like when first time.
Allegiant and Frontier just merged, too, like last week.
Well, Allegiant is out of Vegas
Yeah,
because the Raiders Stadium is named Allegiant Stadium.
right.
But they fucking the first time me and Charlie were going to South Bend, I bought the tickets Allegiant,
Yeah.
and then they fucking canceled the flight,
Tuh.
And then they're like, and we had to be there like within that week.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any choice but to get another plane ticket.
Yeah.
So I already had the money out for those tickets, and then I had to spend more money on these other plane tickets.
Right.
And then same thing.
With a different carrier?
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then same thing. They were like, oh, we'll give you credit vouchers for your shit. And I thought the same thing. I was like, well, I'm never fucking flying with you again.
Nope.
You fuck yourself.
Yeah. It was fucking.
But luckily, Charlie was going to. This time we went to South Bend, and there was a Allegiant flight, so we were able to use that voucher. So
at least you got to use it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So at least it didn't go to waste.
Right. Mine totally did.
Because they wouldn't give the money back. Same thing. I was like, well, I'd rather just have my fucking money back because I'm never gonna fly your piece of shit airline ever again. You know.
No.
Why you give me a voucher for something I ain't gonna use? You know, like
makes them feel better. You know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, just refund my fucking money. It's like the Chinese fucking website that I've ordered a dude sweater. Finally.
Oh, yeah.
I saw one. It was like, because usually they're like $200. The real one is expensive.
Right.
But I saw one. It was like, oh, I know this is some Chinese shit, but it was like $50.
Oh,
but it
yeah.
looked nice. It looked good.
Look good, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm going to get this. Finally, I pulled the trigger on it.
Right.
And then, like, it never came.
That's shitty.
And then finally I like emailed them like, what the fuck? You know, where's my shit at? And they're like, and then they started this whole runaround like, oh, well, we sent your package and it doesn't the same, you gave the wrong address and they sent it back. And I was like, no, I didn't give the wrong address. Like, it's right here. Like, I get 55 packages here all the fucking time. You know, like,
Pretty sure I know my address.
Yeah, I'm like, you're the only one that, you know, and they just keep, every time I email them, they just email you back some bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, well, we'll send you another one, but could you
no, fuck that.
can
give
you
me my
give us
money
20 more dollars, you know, for shipping or some shit? I'm like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Give me
I
my
spent, I was like, just give me my money back or send me a sweater.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like, period. It's like, and then every time he just keep, it's still going on.
They keep jacking you around.
Still emailing back, like, why are you fucking, it's like, dude, shut up. It's like, no one does business this way, you know?
Right.
It's like, either you fucking tell them to send me thing or give me my money back, or else I'm going to tell everyone I know that your website's a piece of shit. And, you know,
It's a scam.
nobody does business this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it just like some random website or?
It's one of those, it's called Summer Halls, I think.
It's
one of those, you know, it's one of those cheap Chinese knockoff fucking shit. But I bought shit from those places before, and I've always got my shit.
Yeah, I have too.
I got a Punisher skull jacket from there. I got an Asian like zip up jacket, you know, like, and I got all the stuff I ordered. I got except for that fucking place. Yeah, and I'm like, you're just fucking bullshit. Like,
that's so shitty.
Scam.
The only thing I hate about ordering from like China or anywhere in Asia is it usually takes about a month, and usually if I want
and you
something,
you don't know the size.
Yeah, you could put
like,
it.
It's gotta,
tell
first
them
of all,
what
it's
it is.
gotta be if you're a large, it's gotta be like 5X.
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
You have to guess like how much you have to add to it.
Yeah, even if you go by the little chart they give you, it's like
no,
I don't know.
That chart is bullshit.
I think their sizes are a little bit off there. It's like an extra large is like 36 inches or something. It's like, no.
One size fits all.
Yeah, no. Fuck all that.
No, it's all small.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you're a large, you got to be like 4X.
Yeah.
You know? And even then, you got to hope.
I hope that you guess the right
Right.
X
It
amount.
still can be small. Or it could be like way too big now.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's a crapshoot.
You roll the dice, man.
It's not like, you know, going to a place where you can put some shit on. And look in the mirror and go, yeah, this fits good. No, you got to fucking just guess. When it opens up, you go, well, I fucking hope for the best and put it on.
If it fits,
get it 5 times too
but
big.
if
You're like,
it
well,
doesn't-
I guess I got to be obese now for this to look right on me.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, because you don't want to go through that process of resending it back and
fuck all that. So you make it to Vegas. You're doing a show every Tuesday.
Yeah, that just
that
just happened to happen.
Right.
Like right after I got there, right? I only knew one person, Brandon, my friend Brandon, and he was working in this little bar, cleaning up and shit.
Right.
And the bar happens to be owned by a guy named Greg Sims, who's from Cincinnati.
Oh, that's cool.
So we instantly were, was hanging out there because Brandon took me there because he works there and shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a cool little bar. They do karaoke there and shit. And so we hit it off because he's from Cincinnati, I'm from Cincinnati.
You guys
we
talking
started hanging out, and
Conies and Geta. And
yeah,
Harambe
right,
and shit,
exactly.
yeah.
And then one day he just comes up and is like, because people had said like, oh, they used to do comedy there. They had several years ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just comes up to me one day and is like, hey, man, I'm thinking about bringing the comedy back. Do you want to host it? And I was like, well, yeah, because I just
that's
moved
what I'm here
here
for, yeah.
Yeah. I just moved here and I don't know anybody. So this is a good way that I can meet everyone fast, have my own show.
Right.
So, and then there was a mic that was already going on Tuesdays that was at a place that hard closed at midnight, like the bar closed at midnight.
Yeah.
So if they weren't done with the mic, like if they had so many comics and it only got to this number, like at midnight they just cut it off because the bar closed. So
right.
anyone that didn't get on was like, well, we'll just start our mic at midnight. That way, anyone that don't get on over there, or anybody that wants to do another spot, they can come over there, and we're not competing with them or stepping on them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then it was Tuesdays, so there was a taco truck outside too, and it was selling dollar tacos. So I had dollar tacos and a midnight late night.
Ooh.
That ain't
And
bad.
then that started.
That's the whole vibe right there.
Right. Then that started like really going. And then it was going really well. Same thing now. Then the pandemic happened. Shut it all down.
Fuck.
So when it was over and it started back up, he was like, all right, we're ready to start back up. Like, so we just started back up like nothing.
Now, have they been open and closed back down?
Now we don't have the taco truck anymore, but it's still.
Yeah. Still something.
Hey,
But yeah, did they
that
like,
taco truck will come back.
once they shut
No,
down,
but
did they
I'm
open
saying
up
the
and then
show
close
came back
again,
without
or-
it because my friend was like, "Oh, that show's never gonna stay alive without the taco truck," like, and I was like, "Well, I guess we'll see,"
A lot of faith in them tacos.
and it's still,
Still popping.
yeah.
Answer me this though: are the tacos good?
Oh yeah, they were good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
So
were
they
good.
will be back.
I like the tacos.
No, I don't know if they will or not because I said the COVID wiped a lot of that, those guys
Yeah.
out of business.
All you gotta do is find the owner.
Or he
Like,
moved
hey,
the
man.
truck to somewhere else.
Somewhere
and
where
he's-
that
he's-
was open before.
Yeah,
right,
right.
or whatever. Like, so he
Right.
got a new location.
You're right.
Yeah.
What if
So, there's no food, but the show still happened.
Right.
And then, like I said, I started closing things and headline and stuff.
Right.
And then now I started going on the road.
Now you said 7 states in December, right?
Yeah, I finally quit working at Vaughn's in November. And in December, I was in 7 states, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Touring on the road.
How-
Now I have T-shirts,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
stickers. And
How's touring on the
I'm
road?
doing the thing, man.
Which states do you recommend and which states do you not recommend? Of the
Right,
ones you've been
right
to?
now, it's all.
All been good?
Yeah, but that was another thing is I'd never been out west. I told you before, like I'd only toured as far west as Houston
Yeah.
when I used to tour as a comic. So I haven't been to any of those states. So
Yeah, I remember last time that I was talking to you. You were telling us that you've never been. You
Yeah.
don't know about it.
right,
Thinking about
yeah,
it.
there's lots of
Nah.
different states that I'd never seen.
Yeah.
So now, since I've been out there, I've been in, well, obviously I live in Nevada, but
Right.
I've been in Arizona and Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Oregon, Washington.
Is Wyoming as boring as it sounds?
Those states, Wyoming, Montana, they're like Ohio, really. Where
Yeah.
like there's like 2 big cities and then there's nothing in between except
Right.
small towns.
Farmland
And then
as
the
far as you
small
can see.
towns, even the towns though.
Oh.
The difference is in Montana, the next town is fucking 3 hours.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So if
That's
you're on
hard.
Facebook and you're like, oh, I met this girl, she's in the next town over, it's already a huge commitment.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta drive
Long
3
distance
hours
relationship.
to maybe get some pussy. You know, that's a long way to drive to maybe get some pussy.
Yeah,
you
When,
know?
when it comes to Darren, there's no maybe.
But if you're living there, but I'm just saying, if you're living there,
Oh, yeah.
it's you know.
Yeah.
even-
Is Montana pretty, though? I heard it's beautiful.
No, it's fucking really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
But the dude, those stretches, nothing.
Just fucking.
No, I mean nothing.
Not even trees.
Driving
nothing?
at night. No, there's trees and all that shit. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's
There's
not a
nothing.
light.
Isn't it,
There's no,
Oh,
you can't
wow.
see a light.
isn't it flat?
Wow. Montana?
If your car broke down,
Mountainous, I would say.
you're just out in the middle of blackness with like, and you could see the stars because
Yeah.
it's black.
Yeah, you
you
better-
know what I
There's
mean?
no
Like,
light pollution
No.
from the city or nothing.
You
No.
better hope it's a
It's-
full moon
it's
night.
Yeah,
dark.
for real.
I was when we were driving, I was like, "Fuck, man! I hate to see you know you got a flat tire or anything like that. It's fucking
Yeah.
dark out here, dude. There's nothing.
That'd be scary.
Yeah, you break down and you come to
Yeah.
and you're
There's also
Yeah.
massive stretches where there's no gas station.
That's shit.
So if you don't strategically, it got to the point where I told my friend, when we get under half a tank of gas,
you stop and
if
fill
you see
up.
a gas station, stop
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
because you could easily run out of gas
And you're
be like-
fucked.
And I
and
thought,
and there's no gas station for miles. You know what I mean? Like
I
Yeah.
thought Southern Kentucky was, just a little bit more south from here. Like I thought that was bad.
Yeah.
But that's
no, that's like it's spread out. Like I said, it's big state area wise,
Right.
and then
But there just ain't shit
yeah,
in there to
a
fill
lot of it is nothing.
it. Yeah.
Big massive stretches.
I think
of
I think most people that probably go to Montana probably go
Hours. That's why they
for
go.
that. Yeah, they go
No, that's
because
what
they
I'm
don't want all that shit.
Yeah, that's why they go. That's why Unibomber moved out there.
Yeah.
Like, gotta get
a
away from the
fishing
fucking
trip or
people.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing
Can't-
trip.
Can't say I blame
And
you.
then he's still fighting with his
Camping.
neighbors on the fucking mountain. God damn it, I can't get away from you fucking people.
I watched
blow some shit up.
I watched a documentary on him. It was a Netflix documentary, and he
Yeah,
did.
in his own words. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't fighting with his neighbor.
Yeah, he tried to. He shot
that,
at him or
That
something.
guy
I
was
think.
running the timber mill, and
Yeah.
he fucking went down there and poured sugar in his thing.
Yeah, 'cause it was
and-
too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ruined his equipment.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. He fucked some shit up,
What
man.
happened? I don't think I heard.
Guy
that.
was running a lumber business, right? So he'd take the logs out from the forest and he'd put them in a planer.
Yeah.
You know, that takes
Turn
all
them into
the-
usable
yeah.
wood.
Right, turn them into wood. So he's
Right.
down there running his wood through there, and he lived up the hill, and he's all mad because of the noise that it would make. So one night he goes down there and pours sugar in the motor to fucking and ruins the
Damn,
equipment.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
He's a
fuck.
petty son of a bitch.
Surprised you never tried to just blow it up, you know?
Well, that's
I mean,
too,
that's-
you know, it's too.
Yeah,
You don't
too
want to
close
draw
to home.
attention
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
too close to home.
Yeah.
exactly.
We won't blow it up, but we'll definitely shut it down.
Dude, when you read that, when you watch that show, it's wild because they would have never caught him
No.
if it wasn't for his brother. Like
Yeah.
his brother's
brother
wife,
came forward.
really.
Yeah.
His brother's wife was like,
Sold him
these
out.
writings really sound like these letters.
Sound
that
like your brother.
Right, he had all these
Yeah.
letters that his brother had written, and then his wife was
Sold
like,
him
you know, it sounds like in the manifesto sounds like the shit he bitches about all the time. at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving or whatever.
Oh man.
That's how we got caught, man.
And then his brother was like, you know, and then they found a college paper that he had written, which was like
Yeah.
the first draft of the manifesto.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was very similar.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then when he read that, it was like, oh God, it is him.
Yeah.
But without that, they would have never caught him.
No.
Funny.
Like he was
He'd
that
still be
smart,
out
he
there
was
blowing
gonna
shit
get
up.
away from it. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get away with it. Like even his neighbors were like, "Wow, he was weird, but we didn't think that." You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
He was capable of that.
And
Yeah.
to see like his little shack, you're
It was
like, how
crazy.
does somebody live in a shack like
Dude.
that? A dude like that does.
yeah,
Some
Yeah.
people can.
yeah.
What was it 10 by 10 or 12 by
Just
12 or
tinkering
something?
with this little, cigar box bombs and
Yeah.
fucking reading chemistry books and shit.
All shit he bought at like the local hardware store and stuff.
Developing his own way of code to write
Yeah.
because he wrote everything he did in diary, but it was all written in code.
Yeah.
So he had to develop that too. Dude.
He's a smart motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt
No,
about
he's
it.
super genius, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's how super genius people are, though, sometimes, man.
Well, yeah.
Nobody understands them.
It's like Alan Moore. You ever seen Alan Moore?
What's that name?
The guy that
Sound
wrote
familiar.
V for Vendetta.
Oh,
like
yeah,
The
yeah,
Watchmen and shit.
Yeah.
He looks like a wizard, like with a big beard. And shit.
Yeah.
But you read that guy's books and you go, that guy's like that.
Yeah.
Super fucking genius, like overthinker of every single thing.
I can't imagine.
So many layers in the things that he writes. You're like, dude,
Yeah.
this guy's fucking brain is working on a level like.
It's got more layers than a 7-layer burrito.
Yeah,
Sherlock
like
Holmes' brain.
like I'm sure just
Yeah.
having a conversation with him is fascinating. Like,
Oh, probably, yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Probably make you feel real dumb, too, at some point.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But at some point too, you're gonna go, this guy's a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm just going to keep nodding, but I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
as soon as I can,
exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
got a pizza
If
to
he
go
asks
pick
you to
up.
go to the basement with him, like, I don't think so.
I'm allergic to basements, man. I'm trying to cut back. I don't have my EpiPen.
It's crazy.
So you're out in Vegas. You're doing the Tuesday show. You're closing out shows.
Yes.
What's the next step for Bruce after after the
Do
tour
what
that
I'm
you're doing?
Well, I'm just continue to tour and do and
Do you have more dates lined
as
up
much
already?
as possible, and then the next goal is to get on television.
There you go.
So I'm going to tour and work the LA market,
Ooh,
which is
there
what
you
I need
go.
to do now is start hanging out in LA, trying
Right,
to
right.
get into like the
I keep-
comedy store. or something.
I keep waiting for you to post a video sucking Pauly Shore's dick at the comedy store.
Pauly Shore, Pauly Shore moved to Vegas.
Did he really?
He lives in Vegas now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, his mom
You
died.
see
didn't
him
she?
around sometimes.
I think his mom died, right? She's
Oh,
not
yeah,
even
like a
at the
while
comedy
back.
store.
Long
yeah,
time
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Then he left LA and came to Vegas. He lives in Vegas now.
Okay.
Um,
Have you seen him out there?
no, that's what I said. You see him around now
Yeah.
sometimes. But yeah, the next goal is to work LA market, and then I do arena security.
Okay.
I got a gig when I quit Vaughn's. I took this gig where you can pick your own. I can pick when I want to work, when I don't want to work.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I left town to do South Bend this weekend, and then I came home to watch the Super Bowl, and then I'm not going home till Tuesday. And then I can go back to work whenever I want.
You just show up and just be like, yeah, I'm ready
Well,
to go
no,
back.
you go online and pick. You declare yourself
Oh, okay.
eligible. But yeah, as soon as I do, they'll send me back to work.
That's cool.
But then I can drop out whenever I want to.
Yeah.
So when I go home and I don't have comedy to do, I can do that.
Right.
To
No hard
make a
feelings,
little
come
money
back
on the
whenever
side.
you want.
But so I work like the hockey games,
Okay.
concerts and shit.
Done any cool concerts or just like Taylor
No,
Swift
because
and shit?
like Tool was there like the beginning of February.
Yeah.
And no, I bought a ticket and went.
There you
I
go.
told him I'm not working at Tool.
Shit, I would have worked it.
System of a
That'd
Down
been
too.
cool.
No, because you don't know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, but you can pretty much go anywhere you want, though. right?
No, because
Yeah,
I'm working. If you get put in the front mags, then you're just out front of the building.
Right, right. I get that, but
You
at
missed
some
the
point,
concert.
couldn't you just go in?
Yeah,
and
but I
just be like,
want
"Okay."
to see the concert.
Right, right.
It's Tool.
That's when
It's
you
not like, oh, I got to go in and see 2 songs and I have to go back
Right.
to work. That's not. Fuck that.
I would have just went in.
I'd
and
be
just
pissed off.
like,
the whole
hey, they
time.
need you out front. Like, I would have found somebody. Just kept switching
No.
spots with people. Be like, hey,
No.
you don't want to be here, man.
So you're gonna
You
get
know?
fired.
No, you could. Yeah, probably. Yeah, knowing me. Yeah.
But it was wild because I went as a regular person, and then but because I worked there,
Yeah.
they all know me now. So I just walk up there like, oh, hey, that's you. Just come on in. And like, I didn't have to fucking.
You didn't have a
empty
ticket
my
or
pocket.
nothing?
No, I had tickets with my
Yeah.
friend, but like they didn't make me empty my pockets out and all that shit like they do everybody else. They're like, oh, just come on in,
Yeah.
It's like, you work for us, don't you? Like, yeah. Like, oh, yeah.
So our buddy Dan Crusader, he says he saw Tool in January and System of a Down 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw System of a Down. They were in Vegas before Tool.
Oh.
So I saw System of a Down in Korn. That show was supposed to be like in... No, it actually was. It was in January. It was supposed to be Faith No More, but Faith No More canceled, so then they replaced him with Korn.
Dude, that would have been a bang.
So I saw System of a Down and Korn, and that was awesome. And I didn't work that one either. I bought a ticket and I went.
Went to that one, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Can't
Tool.
work that.
No, I haven't really worked a lot of concerts. The ones I have, there are things I wouldn't care to see. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. I wouldn't work something that I really want to see. But I got to work fights.
Oh, you got to do the fights too?
Yeah, but when I did the fights, I went to work and I was like, oh, I never seen live boxing before. Like I only seen it on TV. And the guy was like, oh, you never seen fights before? And he was like, oh, that put you on the floor. So he put me on the floor right next to the ring. Like with this rope would just make sure that nobody comes down the floor that doesn't have a floor pass.
Right.
So I'm just standing there with a
awesome.
tie and a coat on.
Yeah.
At the MGM
Hell yeah.
Park, MGM. And just stand there and watch the thing. And then the fights were all going on like right there. Like right there. Like where that curtain is, the ring right there.
That is fucking awesome.
Like the Raiders owner sitting right there and shit. Like, you know, it's all on the floor. It's all rich people.
What were the fights?
Famous
Anybody
Jim Gray's
notable?
walking around and shit. What?
Who were the fighters? Anybody notable?
I can't remember the fucking guy's name. Canelo?
Okay.
No,
yeah.
not Canelo. Is Canelo the heavyweight dude?
I think so, yeah.
No. This guy was like it was two like middleweight dudes.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the guy's name though. But it was cool.
I bet it.
I said
yeah.
I'd never seen live boxing. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
But sometimes you get like when I worked the hockey games, I worked the VIP entrance on the side of the arena and just stand outside.
Wait for people to come up.
Yeah,
that's cool. You ever run into any cool
check
celebrities?
bags and shit. You see them. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. They were at the
Oh wow.
All-Star game the other day. No, it was funny. I was standing at the VIP entrance, and for some reason, the night before, I hadn't seen it before, but I was like, I want to watch this cat thing again. You know, that thing, Don't Fuck with the Cat.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I want to watch this again.
That was a pretty good.
Right,
good
but there's a
series.
lady in there who lives in Vegas.
The main lady?
The main lady, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She lives in Las Vegas. She works at one of the casinos.
Yeah, she was. She did work in a casino.
Yeah. So the next day I was working at the hockey game, standing outside at the VIP entrance, and I fucking just looked up and she was standing there.
Oh shit!
I was like, "Oh, you're the cat lady." And I go, "I know you." She's like, "Netflix, right?" It's like, "Yeah, you're the cat lady." It's like, I just was watching your show last night. You know, like
that's awesome.
That was weird.
Wow. That's trippy.
She was nice.
That's super trippy.
Yeah, no, it's Vegas, dude. You see all kinds of people.
You see a lot of UFC fighters out there and shit. That's
oh yeah,
where their headquarters.
No, that's what I'm saying.
are.
Like you see a lot of people just walking around. Like
It's just trippy
no
how
big
you chose to watch that like out of all.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she was standing in front of me the very next day.
And you were like, "Holy shit, it wasn't me!"
It's like
No, I was just like, it was just weird. Because I looked up and her face is right there. And like I was watching her on TV the night before. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Like, man, that weed's kicking in, man.
Yeah. It's like, you look like that cat lady. She's like, like, oh, she is the cat
You
lady.
should have been like, Carol Baskin.
You bitch.
That is crazy, man.
Carol Baskin. No, it's wild. Vegas is cool for that.
Right.
Because like I was just telling you, like, I went to see Jackass tonight, and that chick that's in it, Rachel Wilson, I'm like, oh, I know her.
Yeah.
I was on a show with her in a casino in Vegas. So like I said, it's
Small
like,
world, and you're in the right
like,
crowd.
no, it's
yeah.
like I'm in the right world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Finally.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I'm not there yet, but it's like when you start seeing people you know,
Oh yeah.
it's like,
Yes,
okay,
and
this is the
that
first
thing.
time I've gone to a movie and been like, hey, wait a minute, I know that person. I've been on the same stage with that person. I'm not that far away from that person.
You got to ask
know what I mean?
yourself
You go,
now, Bruce. Are you willing to take a kick in the balls to get on TV?
No, that's what I said. It's like I'm not that desperate for attention.
Right.
Yeah, quite yet. And I don't want to be known for that. I want to be known for being funny.
Right. You don't want to be the guy who took 20 kicks to the dick.
I'm not saying
out.
I'm not saying, anything about it or, downing anybody. I'm just saying
Right. It's not for
I,
you.
I wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nah,
I don't like being kicked in the balls for free,
No.
let alone on tape.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
gotta think about
Yeah.
that father that was just sitting there staring at that tarantula just coming to his face.
Yeah, right.
Like,
That that push button thing they were doing, that's a Japanese game show.
Where they stand
Where they
above
ask
it,
the
they
questions
hit-
and the hammer hits them in the balls. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Japanese game show.
Really?
That's funny.
Yeah, as soon as they were doing it, I was like, oh, I've seen that before. That's a Japanese game show. Of course, you don't know what they're saying, but they're like,
Oh, yeah.
and then you ask the question,
I've seen stuff like that before, like videos of just clips of
Weird game
Japanese
shows.
You know what was
Yeah,
funny?
But I didn't think it was real, but I guess
Real shit.
I was working at the All-Star Weekend thing, and they had all these people there, because it's the All-Star Weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So the Canadian media were there, ESPN was there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just funny hearing the Canadian dudes. Just Vegas is funny for that.
Hey,
Because they're like, Garth Brooks was playing across the street at the Park MGM that night.
that's wild.
And the All-Star game
Everything's
stuff
happening
was
all
in the
at
afternoon.
once.
Yeah.
Right, but the Canadian media dudes were talking to each other. They talk in French.
Ah.
So they're like, how about what about Garth Brooks? It's just funny,
Yeah.
Like you hear that kind of shit in Vegas, like
Right.
Asian people or anything else. They're like, Garth Brooks.
How's the
You're like,
parking
oh, they're all
situation
going to
out
see
there?
Garth Brooks at the Park MGM. Like, what?
How's the parking out there in Vegas? Is there lots of parking available?
Yeah, but it's expensive. Like, it
Yeah.
depends on where you go,
That's
I
how it
don't
was
have
in
any
LA
trouble. Like,
too.
I know where I go, where the mics are and everything, so
Yeah.
I know where I can park.
Right. Yeah, I'm
You
sure
have to
people
pay.
that
But if you
people
go to
that
the
live
strip
there
or something,
probably
that's
know.
another thing about the security job that I found out.
Uh-oh.
Because I have a badge.
Right.
I have a badge from my from Best Security, and then I have a state. You have to have a state card. So you have to go through a background check and everything. They give you a guard card
Yeah.
that has your name on it and shit. So if you have that, like I went to work at the Lady Gaga thing, and I never worked at the Park MGM before. That was like the first job I took there, and I didn't know where to park, so I parked in the wrong garage.
Oh shit.
And then the guy's like, "Oh, well, when you get down there to the gate, he's like, just tell him you was doing security at the Lady Gaga thing or whatever." And it's like, okay, so there's a button on the thing that says help. So when you get to the gate, just push the button. You're like, "Yeah, I was doing security at the Lady Gaga thing, and I didn't know because I never worked there before." And before I even finished talking, the gate just went up, and then just drove out.
Damn.
And then I started thinking to myself, "Well, fuck, man, you can do this all
Do this all over the place, yeah.
anywhere in the strip.
Yeah.
If there's anything going on, you just go,
Murder
I was
security."
working security at the concert over there." Just let you. So now it's like free parking all day.
I'll take it.
That's pretty awesome.
Or like that sometimes there's places where you pull in and there's a guy in a booth and you're supposed to stop there and
Yeah.
talk. You just hold up that thing. You just drive your car into the thing and hold up that badge, and they go,
Just let
"Hey,
you right
let
in.
you right in." Like,
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, sir.
A little parking hack if you're ever out in Vegas. That's pretty awesome.
Well, you have to have
A badge, yeah.
right.
I just photocopy one. You got one I can borrow?
Right.
Right? Just put
Or
your
if it's
face
just
on
a
it.
speaker thing, you just push the button and go.
Oh yeah.
I was working security at such and such. No.
Garth Brooks.
Right. You just have to know what's going on and what the schedules are.
So is it hot as fuck out there too?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no
But it's
humidity,
real
though.
dry.
Yeah.
So it's like living in a toaster oven.
Yeah.
No, really. It
Yeah,
really
man.
is. It's like living inside of a toaster oven. If you can imagine like what that would be like.
I mean,
Just hot
kinda.
and dry.
Sounds like my bedroom. My wife keeps the fucking heat up, and it's so fucking
Yeah, but
dry
here
in this
there's
house.
humidity.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and in the wintertime,
No,
though,
I'm
it gets so fucking
Yeah.
dry
Remember
up
how it
here
was
Yeah,
out
but
there
imagine
and
that in the summer.
with about
Right.
30 degrees
Right,
added to
with
it,
the,
probably.
with
yeah.
110 degrees or
Yeah.
115.
We I went to Vegas like the last little bit of the summer. Like everything was
hot as
cooling
fuck.
down.
No,
yeah.
say if you're gonna go to Vegas, go in the spring or the fall.
Yeah, it was cooling
Or
down.
the
Definitely not-
winter. You go in the winter and it's. I mean, because it never gets cold. You know.
What's the coldest it's been since you've been out there?
Well, no, it can get cold. I mean, it can be like.
I mean, like during the day.
But as it get to freezing, like in Vegas, like 40 is cold.
Yeah.
You know, that's like cold. People
Yeah.
are like, oh my god.
who called in the fucking?
And even I will say, someone who grew up here in the cold,
Yeah.
living there for 3 years, even me, I'm like 40 degrees. It's kind of cold.
Well, yeah, you get used to it. Yeah.
Here's how I knew that I fucking lived in Las Vegas. One day it was hot as fuck, like for a big long stretch.
Right.
Hot as shit, like 115 shit, hot.
Yeah.
And one day I walked outside and I go, oh man, it's nice out today. It's fucking cool. Like
It's
fucking-
probably still
I
100
looked at
degrees.
my phone and said 98.
Damn.
You're like, wow, it's nice out today.
Yeah.
Downright balmy. Like,
Over here we're dying. We're 98.
no, that's what I was saying. Well, we're here. 98 is a different animal because of the humidity.
Humidity.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm saying, like, there it's like it's dry. I'm not kidding. Like, it's dry.
Dry as fuck.
Like the heat. It's so dry. You like here, if it's hot, if you roll down your windows in your car, the wind will help.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it'll
Yeah.
cool you off and shit.
Yeah.
Out there, dude.
No.
No, you roll down the windows. It's just hot air blowing in you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just hot.
Right.
Even the wind doesn't help. You know what I mean? It's like the wind is hot.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd imagine there's like sand and shit blowing around, so it's not like just
But
wind.
well,
It's like
not that bad. But I mean, sand blows around sometimes. They're like they sandstorm every now and then,
Yeah.
and the sand will blow around a little bit. But it's not like fucking Tatooine or some shit.
okay.
It's not that bad. But I'm just saying is like that breeze doesn't do anything.
Right.
It's like it doesn't do nothing.
They got pod racing out
It
there.
makes you even hotter. You know what I mean? Like you just
Damn.
roll the window back up and be like, fuck it. And I guess
Yeah.
I just bake in the car because the hot air moving just makes it even hotter.
Man.
Damn.
It's like if you were like someone
That would
put a
suck.
heater behind a fan.
That
You know what I mean?
would
And then
suck.
put that fan on you.
And just blew hot
It's just
air.
blowing hot air right onto you. Yeah, exactly. You're like,
Ugh.
it's worse than if you just roll the window up.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, this sucks. You know.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
You're like, if your air conditioner doesn't work here.
That was one thing that surprised me about LA is like a lot of places didn't have air conditioning.
Well,
Like,
LA's
it-
different because
yeah.
it's by the
It's
ocean.
always-
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always
just
like that
cool.
perfect temperature.
Yeah.
Right, it's
Yeah.
by the ocean too, so it's not dry. And
Yeah.
you know, they got humidity and shit. And
Yeah.
then like I said that, yeah, they got the ocean breeze coming out.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
coming off. So it gets hot out there, but at night it'll cool off and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
That
been to
shit
LA
when they
since
say
you've been out
like
there?
in the desert, they say, you know, if you're in the desert, when I'm sure it does, if you go out of town, they'll be like in the desert at night it'll get cool.
Yeah.
But in Las Vegas it doesn't because the asphalt keeps all the heat.
Stays hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at night it's still hot as fuck. You know. So that's
Fuck
another
that.
part of it where like of living there that it's weird and sucks. It's like it's 110 and you're like, oh man, but when the sun goes down it'll cool off.
Yeah.
No, it don't.
No.
You know what I mean? The sun goes down.
Not in
it's
town.
still hot as fuck.
How close are you to the strip or like downtown?
Dude, I
Vegas?
live like 2 miles from the strip.
Damn, ain't bad.
Like I can walk outside my apartment in the strip.
Just
I can
walk
see
the
it.
strip.
I could walk to the strip, yeah.
That's
But who the fuck would want to walk to it in 115
Well, it's 2 miles.
degrees?
No, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's close enough.
Right,
Like
right.
I work at T-Mobile Arena, which is on the strip, and it takes me like 5 minutes to drive there. You know what I mean?
That ain't bad.
If there ain't no traffic.
Yeah.
If there's no traffic at all, I could get there in like 5 minutes. Like fucking there.
There.
Like
done.
I live close to the strip.
That's awesome. Have you lived in the same place that you moved out to originally, or have you kind of moved around a little
Same
bit?
neighborhood.
Same neighborhood?
Yeah, like when I first moved there, I just stayed with my friend, and then I got an apartment over by where the Hard Rock was.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had some trouble with the fucking
The neighbors.
people about the dog, my dog. Well, there was a bunch of everybody in there had little shit dogs, and I was the only person that had a big dog, and they were all like, "Oh, your dog is scary."
Your dog's not scary. Your dog.
No, but here's the deal.
Nice
No, but I know. But here's what happened, and I swear to God, this actually happened.
Right.
I'm not even making it up. This dude had his fucking little fucking Pomeranian, no leash. And I walked my dog outside with a leash, and his dog came up and got up in her face. And I was pulling her back, and he comes running over there, grabs his Pomeranian and walks off. Well, then he went and told them that my dog attacked his dog.
Wow.
But I know.
That shit happens around here, man. I'll be walking.
And I was
around
like,
my
he's the
dog
one
and
that don't
shit.
have his
Fucking
dog
people
on a
do that.
fucking leash,
like-
first of all. And second of all, that dog attacked her.
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything.
If only
Because
you
I told them, I go, if my dog attacked his dog,
man.
we
You'd be
wouldn't be
dead.
having this conversation. Yeah.
Right.
Look at my dog and look at that dog.
Yeah. If your dog wanted to fuck that
she
dog
could
up,
kill
I
him.
would've. Oh yeah.
You know, or rip his fucking head right off.
Yeah.
If
If
she
only
wanted
we
to.
had body. If we had body cam.
No, that's what I said. I was like, I should have fucking filmed it, but I didn't.
Man.
But so of course she believed him, and then she was like, "Oh, you gotta leave." She's like, "You know, I'm not
such a
gonna
crock of
evict
shit.
you, but you gotta be gone in a certain amount of time." You know,
That's such a crock of shit, man.
that caused a bunch of shit, dude. I didn't tell you that. Like, that was a whole nother monkey wrench that
Right.
went into the fucking gig because I couldn't find a job for like 6 months. I didn't have a job because I got offered
Was
some
this during
jobs,
like
but
the
they were all shit.
pandemic or whatever?
No, when I first moved. to
Oh, when you
Vegas.
first got there. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought, I'll just quit the fresh market. I'll go out there and I'll find a job as a produce manager somewhere.
Yeah.
No big deal. But all the stores out there are union,
Ah.
so all those positions filled.
Right.
And if they're not filled, they're moved up from within. You know.
Right.
So after about 5 months of trying to find a job and not getting one, I realized, like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and go in entry level, you know, somewhere.
Right.
But then they're all like Smith's, which is Kroger's, trying to offer me like $9 an hour and bullshit, you know. And I'm like, fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
But after I was still living with my friend Brandon, so I was like, okay, I have to get an apartment. And so I've been in 5 months, 4 or 5 months, off the $10,000 that I had brought with me.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was starting to get whittled down. And I'm like, okay, I'm running out of money. I got to get my own apartment. So I was trying not to get my own apartment until I found a job. But then you weren't supposed to have dogs in where my friend was. And after like 4 months of me living there, someone figured out that I had my dog there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I had to get an apartment. So I found an apartment. I got that apartment. And then right after I got that apartment, Walmart offered me a job, which I didn't want to work for fucking Walmart.
No, I don't blame you.
But it was like $12 an hour, you know. But I was like, well, I'm about to be broke, so I got to
gotta
take
do
this fucking
something,
job,
yeah.
you know. Like, so I went there for one day.
One day.
Yeah, I went to the orientation
Yeah.
for one day. And then when I got home from that orientation, Vaughn's called me. I went to Vaughn's and talked to them, and they did the same thing. They were like, well, you know, we want to offer you a job, but $10 an hour on the night crew.
Yeah.
Like, $10 an hour. And I was like, whoa, I would rather work for you than Walmart because I don't want to work for Walmart. But I'm like, but Walmart's paying me $12.
Right.
So I can't come here for any less than that. You know, and I'm sorry, but I have to go to Walmart, you know.
Yeah.
So I got home and they called right back, and she's like, I talked to the manager. She said $13.50. You know.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And I was like, bang,
Nice.
all right, sign me up. And I called Walmart. I was like, I'm never coming back.
Did they at
Dude,
least,
that was fucked up too. I didn't tell you that.
did they at least pay for your orientation?
Yeah, I got checked for
Oh,
one
okay.
day. No, listen to this. This
All right,
is the
all right.
fucked up part.
Lay it on me.
I don't know if you remember, but this is before I moved to Las Vegas. But in Las Vegas, this crazy couple was trying to start a revolution or something. They shot a police,
Whoa.
and then they went to a Walmart and took it a hostage. And then the SWAT team had to go in there and shoot the guy.
Oh. Damn.
Anyway, so I go to that Walmart to the orientation, and they're like, they did the shit where, you know, they show you these videos and shit,
Yeah.
and then they're like, hey, walk around with this guy, and he's gonna show you this, you know, around the store, and he turns out that he was the security director guy, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're walking around, and he starts telling us, oh yeah, this is where that happens. Like, and he's like, oh yeah, he's doing the auto parts in the corner.
real
He's
casual.
like, right there is where they shot him in the face.
No,
Like, I got it all on video.
Wow.
Because he watched it. He's
Yeah.
got this
All the
security
tapes,
cameras.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was watching the whole thing on TV.
Damn.
He's like, they shot him in the face.
Damn.
So,
That's
but there was another
some
guy
shit,
where
bro.
it was a guy and his wife, right? Well, the guy was in the Walmart with his AR-15 or whatever, and like, you know, taking hostages in the place and taking over the place.
Hard
Whatever.
shit to see.
But there's
as a
another
fucking
guy-
security guard is
No,
just
listen.
watching this
So there's
shit.
another guy with a gun he's gonna be a hero, and he like gets his gun and he starts creeping up on the dude. And he didn't know that his wife was with him. His wife
man.
just walks up, caps you in the back of the head.
Oh shit.
So multiple people died, you know, in the store.
That's nuts, man.
Anyway, so he's telling us this during the orientation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, you might want to tell people this before they take this job.
Yeah.
You know, like
the craziest fucking Walmart-
maybe somebody
yeah, like-
doesn't want to work here. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, at the end of it, did he lean in and was he like, "You want to watch the tapes?"
yeah, no. I was waiting for him to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, I saved it. Where did it go in my office?
Follow me this way, Bruce. I'm going to show you something.
Right? No, it's crazy.
Now they gotta let you know that you're walking into the craziest Walmart before you get hired.
Right?
Yeah.
So I started working at Vons instead. And I was doing the night crew graveyard shit.
Yeah.
So I would get up and go to the mic, then go to work,
Wow.
and then, you know, go home,
Yeah.
sleep wherever I could, get up, do the mics, go to work, you know. And I was doing that for a while. No, so I just got that job.
Yeah.
Then that happened with the
With the dog.
dog, right?
Right.
And he's like, you have to get out. Like, and I only had like, I think I had $1,000 left in the bank.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to get out within 12 days or some shit.
Yeah.
And so I was looking around. I couldn't find another apartment. And in 12 days happened. And I was like, I went down and begged that woman. I was like, why can't I just stay here until I find a place, you know? And then I'll move the fuck out, and you know, and I'll pay for whatever amount of the month, you know,
Yeah.
that I stayed there, and you know.
Yeah, a fucking dog. Like,
Yeah, and
seriously,
she was a bitch, man. She was like, no, you have to leave. And I was like, well, fuck. So then, now I don't have an apartment. I'm living in my car, basically, with my fucking dog.
Right.
And I started staying at the Red Roof Inn because I found a place where it was like $70 a night or whatever. And I'm just looking for an apartment.
Right.
But in the meantime, I had to stay in this hotel. So I stay in there for like 4 days, and then the woman goes, I go to pay for another day, and I'm like, because right by then I had a feeler out for an apartment,
Right.
and I think I had found a place. I was just waiting for put in the papers and get approval
Right,
for them. So I put in the papers. And I go to pay for the hotel, and the lady's like, "Oh, it's EDM this week, so it's now twice what I was paying."
Oh, because there's a convention or some shit.
It's the
thing.
EDM electronic
Yeah.
music festival thing that they do every fucking year.
That's
So
shit.
every hotel in town
Wow.
Jacked up the rates to an
Yeah.
extraordinarily high rate that I was already running out of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. So I had to go online, find the cheapest, shittiest hotel I could find.
How bad was it when you got
Dude,
there?
I'm telling you, I pulled up, go inside, and there was a guy behind glass, and there
Yeah.
was bullet holes in the glass.
Damn.
He's like, come back here. I want to show you the tapes
No, it was
where
a
they shot this guy in the
motel,
face.
like the shadiest, like something from Breaking Bad or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like, fuck. But
You see somebody going in the room.
I'm like, at
and they're
least I
like,
have my fucking dog. You know,
Yeah.
no one's
Right.
gonna fuck with me. I have this dog. At least
Right.
they'll stay back. You know,
Yeah.
people ain't gonna come up running up on me.
They'll
get in
think
my face.
twice. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And the dog's in the room with me too. So
Right.
I had to, and then the whole time I'm living in my car and living in my hotel, and then that's when I got really fucking desperate because they were fucking around about the apartment.
Yeah. Taking her sweet ass time.
Yeah, and I was like, listen, I don't got time for this. Like, I need to move in. Like, I have the money, I got everything. Like, why are you? Oh, well, you can move in on. They kept saying that, like, oh, you can move in on Friday. Like, okay, and then
Yeah.
Friday would come and they'd be like, oh, we have to do a couple more things to the apartment. You know,
Right.
you can move in like on Monday or you know what I mean. And then Monday would come and they'd give me another.
Right.
And I was running out of money and I'm freaking the fuck out. You know, and
Everybody's
I'm like,
giving you the runaround.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm sleeping in my car with a fucking dog. You know,
Yeah.
it was fucked up. So I was like pretty much I'd run out of money. And so I went to where Brandon lives. There's a park across the street, and I just went to the park with the dog, and I was like hanging out in the park like with the homeless people. Because I didn't really know where else to go.
Right,
And I
yeah.
was like, because I'd only been in town for few months,
Right.
and I really literally only was doing comedy. Like most of my existence in Vegas is revolved around comedy. Like since I got
Yeah.
there, almost all of it. Like all my activity, everywhere I go, hang out. It's all comedy.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like, oh, I'm just hanging out on Fremont Street like everybody
Right.
else. Like, no, I'm
That's
You have an
everywhere
agenda.
wherever there's a comedy show or a mic going on, like that's where I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
So it's not like I knew where to go or what to do. You know what I mean? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck, man. So then Brandon saw me over there and came over there, and I was like, look, dude, man, I just need to stay at your house just through the weekend, until I don't have any more money for a hotel. So like, either I'm gonna be out here sleeping in the park,
Right.
or you let me stay, for a couple of days. And he was like, oh, man, fucking, all right, And then,
Up and puff.
so on Saturday, well, I don't blame him. They already had told me to get out once.
Yeah.
So on that Saturday, I just called that woman and was like, look, I don't give a fuck, if there's holes in the wall or whatever. Like, I need
I gotta
a
get in
place
this place.
to fucking
Yeah.
live,
Yeah.
and I have to move in. Like, as soon as, right now, really,
Yeah. Like I'm hanging out with homeless people and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So check this. This is fucked up too. So she goes, okay, fine. She's like, okay, you can move in on Sunday. Okay.
All
So
right.
Sunday comes, I go and I get the key, and do all that. I sign a lease,
Yeah.
She gives me the keys, all that shit. I'm like, oh, thank you, thank God, So I go and
Got a place to sleep
I get the
tonight.
shit. Yeah, I get the dog. I bring everything in. I blow up my fucking air mattress and shit. And I go and buy an air mattress and I
Yeah.
take it and I blow it up. And I'm like, thank God I
Did you
can
buy
lay
it at
down.
that Walmart?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Not that one.
Oh,
but
okay.
Another Walmart. I went there and got an air mattress. And anyway,
Yeah.
and I'm like, thank God I can sleep in my apartment with air conditioning on and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, and not in the car or what, like,
Right,
fuck,
right.
I could just relax, right?
Right.
So I'm like, fuck, I lay down, go to sleep. And I'm sleeping. And I'm like, it was like I was dreaming or something. And I hear the fucking door open. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the light comes in, and I fucking sit up, and I go, hey, what the fuck, you know? And then the fucking door closed. And I was like, what the fuck?
Did
man?
you not lock it?
No, listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Listen. All right.
This is what happened. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm still half asleep. Because I was like, sleep.
Right.
And I was like,
Hey, you was snoozing.
So I thought, well, maybe I just dreaming or something. You know what I mean? Like, and I went back to sleep, right? And then, fucking, I don't know, it was about an hour later, maybe. I don't know how long. I went back to sleep.
Right.
And then all of a
You
sudden,
didn't get up.
the
to
fucking
check the
door opens again.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? I jump up. What the fuck? And I hear the guy's like, police!
Oh, shit.
Like, Las Vegas Metro Police. Because I was getting my gun.
Yeah.
I had a, because I have a gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was grabbing this gun. Like, well, Vegas is fucking, like, they ain't kidding. Like, I ain't even lived here.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
He's like, please. So I'm like, oh, and I put the gun down because it's like, well, I don't want to get fucking shot.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, hold on a minute. He's like, hey, come over here. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I walk over there. And turn out, the security guard, they gave him a list of all the apartments that have people in them that are rented out and aren't rented out.
Right.
And she didn't mark my apartment.
Oh, because you just moved in that day.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I just moved in that day. So he comes around and thinks there's a squatter in there.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I'm in there sleeping on an air mattress.
Yeah.
And all my shit is just like thrown it,
Right.
like in bags and shit because I was sleeping in my car.
It was your first day there, man.
So, yeah.
First
So
fucking
fucking
day.
the cops like
First night even.
yeah.
Like,
No, that's what I said. The first night. Like I didn't even get to sleep. And they're opening first the security guard opened the door.
What was he doing checking on the room, though? Is he about ready to go in there and get some freaky deaky on with somebody? You
I
needed
don't
an
know.
empty room?
Well, if you knew
kind of probably.
if you seen Vegas, you'd know like why they're checked.
Yeah.
Because all kinds of fucked up shit,
Oh, I
there's
can
all
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't blame him for checking it, but I'm saying
Yeah.
he opened the door and then I was in there like, hey!
Yeah.
So he just closed the door and ran out, called the police.
Right.
It was like, there's a squatter in there. So then the police is opening the door and he's standing there with his gun. And
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
dude, I fucking rented this apartment. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're speaking to the owner.
So I pulled them. I'm like, I have the lease and everything. And I opened the drawer and I'm like, here's the key. Like, here's the lease.
Right.
And the cop's like looking at it and it was like, I just moved in here today. Like, and then the cop's like looking at all this stuff. He's looking at him. He's like, well, it all looks legit. Like, it's like, yeah, it's my stuff, my dog. Like, the fuck? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry to bother you. I was like, well, what the fuck, man? Scared
Did
the
the
shit out of
security
me.
guard say sorry or
Yeah,
anything?
no, they all said they were sorry, but I'm
Yeah.
saying the bottom line is, I could have jumped up and got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Definitely.
couple.
Or shot somebody else. You never know.
True.
Right, imagine if I jumped
Life
up and
could've-
shot that cop.
Yeah, life could have went.
No,
all
he just
different
shot a cop.
directions.
Like, dude, he's coming into my house.
Yeah, your fucking place. You just got the.
But clerical error results in officer's death,
Yeah. Like, we're going to have to shoot this guy, take him to Walmart.
I'm just saying, it was fucking crazy.
Good thing they didn't like detain you and fucking arrest you and try to do all that
Yeah.
shit. Cause then you would. Well, I can't say a good thing. Cause then you could have probably walked away with a check.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would have definitely sued the
I
fuck out
sued
of
the
him. dude.
fucking ass out of him.
Yeah, and I sued the fucking lady for not signing the thing, and sued the
Yeah.
fucking police for fucking harassing. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah,
I'd be fucking.
loaded.
No, go ahead.
You'd
arrest
be
me.
rich. Rough me up a little bit, too, while you're at it.
No, but at the same
good.
time,
A
like I
couple
said,
hospital
I had
bills.
just been
Yeah.
through this week of fucking hell.
You
know what I mean?
finally get settled.
And I finally was like, oh, I can relax and put my fucking head down. And all right, I'm through that. No, because the whole time that was going on, I was still doing comedy.
Right.
I was still like, I gotta go to the fucking mic, like.
Yes. Oh, especially after all that, man.
No, I'm just
Good
saying.
energy.
No, I mean, while all that was going on, while I was homeless and all this struggling was going on, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would try to find a hotel and check in a hotel and then put the dog in a hotel, and then I'd just go back out and do comedy
Right.
and then go to work. You know what I mean? I never stopped. That is one thing that
You're like a machine,
Since
man.
I've been there, yeah, I have never stopped. We're like the Terminator of comedy. Like just keep moving forward. You know, like
Yeah.
That's the way you should be.
Can't
though,
stop,
man.
man.
put
Yeah,
in the work.
Yeah, that's how you should be though. There's too many people that not even just in the comedy industry, but just in
any industry, really.
industry, they don't keep going with the momentum they have when they realize that everything is working for them. Like you've got it to the point right now that you've been going on tour. Like this is
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
Like
The ball is rolling.
everything that I wanted to have happen has happened. But it's only happened because of, like I said, because I stay focused and keep putting in the work.
key.
Gotta
That's
grind,
key.
man.
Yes, focus
It's
is
all
key.
it's all about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like getting that weekly show definitely helped.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Because I guarantee I can get on stage every week.
Right.
You know. So even if what other things happen and I miss, I can't go to every single mic or whatever, like I still know, okay, I still have Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I'm still able to write
Hell yeah.
jokes, try new stuff on Tuesdays,
Oh yeah.
Have you found that like being in a place where there's a lot going on gives you a lot more opportunity to write new material?
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
more inspiration, I guess, is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't find my material's never like location specific.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a little bit of Vegas stuff, but
yeah.
And there
like
may
a
be
little
few things
section
that-
of like, oh, I'm
yeah.
from Vegas, and here's some things that are funny about it.
Right,
But,
Right.
but I'm not like, most of my stuff is just general observations of things that can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Like this was funny. Like my mom will tell you I take my mom to the hospital.
Yeah.
This really happened. It's fucked up. Like, so she goes, she gotta get MRI. Whatever, no, you might have MRI, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I get MRI, okay, that's fine, whatever. And then the guy comes in with this, and he starts asking all these questions. And he goes, do you have this, do you have that? And he goes, do you have a rectal thermometer?
Oh.
What? I would just walk around.
Yeah,
with
rectal
it.
thermometer. It's
Yeah.
like, that's fucked up. It's like, what's next? Like, do you have a butt plug? Do you have? It's like, we don't want to be surprised. Do you have gerbils or hamsters?
Yeah.
We don't want to look at these pictures and be surprised by anything.
Oh.
Then what do you mean you have a rectal thermometer? It's like,
Right.
first of all, and second of all, if you did, why are you still walking around with it?
Yeah. Just to be safe,
I
Right.
was like, that's an odd question.
A rectal thermometer.
we got a
But like
question
things
here
like
for
that
you.
happen all the time, and you're like, okay, I can make something out of that. And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And like, you just wait for the jokes to write themselves, really.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like, you just have to know when to capture it.
Oh yeah.
When you go, okay, that's something.
Right.
I can make that into something. I'll write it down. Like a little note. What's the question?
So we got a question here. It says, how much time do you spend writing a day? Probably
That's
whenever
what
you
that's
feel
what I'm
inspired,
saying is I don't really. It's not like I sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna write jokes
you write it as
for
it happens.
2 hours, whatever. Like, I mean, you could do that,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you, because I used to do that. I used to try to do that.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I
as-
guarantee you that 98% of whatever you wrote will be thrown into the garbage
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because it's not as genuine. as
right? No,
those
that's what I mean. It's
experiences
like
that.
you have to know when the moments happen that you're like, okay, that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
that's material.
Yeah, like this happened. Like, and it's actually material now, but like this really happened.
Right.
Like, I went on the Spirit airline, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe it's Spirit and Frontier.
This really
I
happened.
think that's what it was.
I went on Spirit and Frontier just merged together.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
not
what it was, yeah.
Allegiant, like you said.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It was
Spirits and
Spirit,
Frontier.
yeah.
But I go on the Spirit airline, and I swear to God, I get on the plane, and the guy comes on the plane, and he goes, "Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines." And he's like, "If you look out the left window, you'll notice the left engine is not running."
Oh.
And I was like, "What the fuck?"
What?
Wow.
And then he goes, that's because the auxiliary power that we use to start that engine is not working.
Oh. You got me sitting on
okay.
this.
No, listen.
Are
And then-
you in the air at this point?
No, we're sitting on the
okay.
runway.
Okay.
And then he goes, and we just got on the plane.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the engine's not running, and this is why. And then he goes, so what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to turn off all the air conditioners and all the electronic devices. It's going to get a little stuffy in here for a minute. But then we're going to take, then he's like, we're going to take that power, we're going to divert that power to the other engine, and then we're going to use that power to start the engine.
Right.
And I'm thinking, are they
Oh my
jump starting this
God.
fucking plane?
Really?
Look outside,
They pretty much are.
jumper cables and shit. What the fuck is going on?
So at least they made you aware of why you were gonna be going through.
No, but I'm just saying,
like
and I was right then. I was like that's something.
Yeah.
I can make this into something.
oh
Right.
yeah.
And I did, like immediately, and now it's part of
Part of your act.
Right. But I'm saying, you have to just know when those moments happen and know when to capture them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When something funny
It's all about
happens,
opportunity.
Or sometimes you just be talking with somebody and you'll think of something in a way that you might not have ever thought about that thing before. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it just
Yeah.
opens up the window of, okay, wait a minute, well, I can make that into something. And then I write. How's that, I guess?
Yeah.
You take that. No, what I'm saying, you take that moment and you go, okay, that's something. And then you take that and you write around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Build
then
off of that.
You turn it into a joke.
It's like you musicians, like they'll instead of just sit down and bust their ass at a desk and just write a bunch of shit,
Right.
they'll just go.
There's one day he's just sitting on his couch. You go, hey, wait a minute, man, and grab his guitar. And he
There it
picks up
is.
a fucking riff.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Where you just have to know. So when you're a comedian, you just have to train yourself to always be on the lookout for these things. You see things that are funny, and you go, okay, I got to remember that.
Right.
And then I just make a notation of it usually, and it's a really small notation.
Yeah.
And then I found, just for me, it works better. I just write on stage. I don't.
You just kind of just go with it.
Yeah, if
Off
I have
the
an idea.
dome.
If I have an idea, I'll just go. Like I might have an idea, and then I'll have like one punchline or something, and then I'll go to Champagne's or to whatever open mic, and I'll just start working the idea.
Yeah.
Just off
See
the
what works.
dome,
See what don't
yeah.
work. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you also need the audience to tell you,
The feedback.
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's harder to sit and write.
It might be.
It's easy to sit there.
It's funny
and write
to you.
and go.
but-
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's easy to sit at your fucking typewriter or computer or whatever and write some shit out and go, ha, 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 that's fucking hilarious. And then,
Yeah.
ha, 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 like,
Yeah.
ha, ha, and you have all these places where you imagine the last will come,
Yeah.
but then you take that and go to the stage
It
and do it, and just
Doesn't translate
silent.
good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, not always. Sometimes it'll work the way you thought it would,
Yeah.
but sometimes it doesn't.
But
You're like,
I
dude,
see what you're-
I thought that was hilarious. And
Yeah,
like,
but I
no
see
one
what
else
you're
thinks it's
saying.
funny.
Like, you take the ones that you do right, and if you get good feedback, you
keep 'em.
You kind of what do you say?
Well, that's how you write
You
comedy.
kind of veer around the edges of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, you go, that's good.
Yep.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't work, this works. And then
Yeah.
what you do is you gather up all the crumbs that worked and you throw out all the shit that didn't work. And you go, I'm going to polish these. And you make these into something.
Yeah.
But 50%, it's like baseball or something.
Yeah.
50% of what you're doing a lot of times won't work.
Right.
We're like, I don't know, it's different. Like when I'm hosting a show, a lot of it's just made up in between. Like when I host my mic, I'll get up and do 5 or 10 minutes, and a lot of that time I'll sell the same thing. Like I'm not here doing my act. Like I'll try whatever ideas I have in my brain, or I'll just try to talk about whatever I saw on the news or something that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm still just making up stuff. But
Sometimes
sometimes
you
that's
go,
the best way to do
you know
it.
what I'm
too,
saying? But
'cause-
I'm saying sometimes through that process, I'll go, okay, there's something. I can keep that.
Yeah.
And I'll work on that.
Right.
And then I'll take that to other mics and just start, working it.
I said
then-
sometimes, but not really sometimes. That's actually all times. Like if you're able to do that do it, because when you're doing it, you get better at it each time.
No,
you
no,
do
but
it.
that's what I'm saying. And then in between, I play off of whatever they were doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever they were. Like if a guy's kind of creepy, you know, and I'll go, that's kind of fucking creepy. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you just make up stuff in between and then bring up the people.
Yeah.
But sometimes
Have you brought it to the crowd yet? Have you started like kind of like doing what Bill Burr does and just kind of just single someone out and just
Give them shit.
obliterate them?
no, because to tell you the truth, I don't really do that. I don't really talk to the audience hardly at all because I've been singularly focused on crafting my, I'm almost to an hour where I could do a really solid, good hour. You know what I mean? Like, so
That's
I'm
an
almost to, like, I could record a Netflix special or something. You know,
Right.
if someone wanted me to.
That's what hell of
I could
an
do
accomplishment, though.
an hour.
You got to think about
Yeah.
that. I mean, it falls in line with public speaking. What everybody in school hated to fucking do. Everybody.
Yeah, it's on the top
takes a
5
certain-
list of, like, all-time fears. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
like,
takes a
like
certain
right up
person.
there with like getting eaten by a shark, or something. like no, serious. Some people are
Like,
that terrified
We're
of
gonna.
public speaking.
We're either you have to make a speech or we're gonna dunk you in this Shark Tank.
Some people,
man.
some people would find that a tough choice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're that afraid of speaking in
Yeah.
public,
My wife hates fucking public speaking.
which I don't get. But
Hey, it's natural to you. That's a blessing right there.
no, I don't know if it's natural, but I don't
Well,
know.
if it's not much of an
Well, I
effect,
said
if
I
it
was
does-
I've been on the stage literally my whole life.
Yeah, I was gonna say fucking last what?
Well,
30
no,
years
but I'm
at
saying
least solid.
No, I'm saying I went on the stage for the first time in the 2nd grade, and then after that I played in like the band and shit. So
Yeah.
like concert band and shit. You always had a recital or something.
Right.
And you're still on stage in front of people.
Yeah.
And then I was in the band, and then I was in rock bands. So then I'm in front of people. I've been on the stage in front of people
It's just natural
my
for
entire life. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's never been something that I even considered or thought about that much.
you. Right.
Like now, if you go, there's a stage and there's a bunch of people, and they go up on the stage. Like, I'll go, okay, I just walk up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't bother me at all. Like, I'll be like, hey, what's up?
Second nature, man.
Could be 50, 100 people and just
Or 1,000 or 5,000.
Yeah. What's the biggest crowd you've?
I mean, I'm sure
performed
that
from,
there's a number.
Right.
I'm sure that there's a number that you could get to that I
Well,
that I
they'll
might
start
walk out.
creeping in.
Right, no, it's just where I might walk out and
Holy
look
shit.
down and go, holy fuck,
Get a little
this is a lot of
overwhelmed.
fucking people.
Yeah.
You know, like. But as far as it being people, like, no.
Yeah, I'm with you, Derek. How many faces have you seen in one place?
Yeah.
Probably Hedberg shows, I guess.
How many people? Was that?
Nashville Zanies is a 2-level club filled to the top. So, I don't know how many their capacity is, but it's pretty big.
Pretty big.
It's a lot. But, I mean, I've never made it, like, to the theater level or something. Like
Yeah.
Taft Theater or some shit.
Ooh,
That'd be
that's
cool.
next step.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the next step.
Oh yeah.
Next step.
Like, I've been in, like, sold-out Funny Bones. Sold-out Zany. Like, sold-out comedy clubs. Like,
Or like
good
a,
comedy clubs. Like, have you been to the Liberty Township Funny Bones?
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm
one.
saying?
That's
Though,
cool,
like,
yeah.
So how many people you think fit in there?
Shit, I don't know, man.
Dude, do you think
Maybe
a
1,000.
Well, that's what I mean. So if that's filled up, there's 1,000.
Do you think a Thompson House would be a good comedy?
They
venue?
tried doing something down there. I think Jay did, but I don't know. There's no seats. It's all standing room.
Yeah, fuck that.
People go to a comedy show. They want
Just
to
sit.
kick back, relax, be served drinks and shit, all that good stuff. Well, Bruce, I hate to cut it short here. We are at our hour limit. I hope you're going to hang out and talk to us for a little while.
For sure.
All
Definitely
that
be
fun
back.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you
Take
for
a
letting me be here.
Hey, thanks for coming in, man.
Dude, yeah.
We appreciate it.
Well, of
Appreciate
course
you
I
being
would.
Here. Yeah.
The
I mean,
viewers
well,
love you.
I was gonna say I don't know why you wouldn't come to
I was
town.
part of this
Come on,
show.
for many years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. We
it's not
actually
like
a couple weeks ago we were doing a show. We had a guy call in, and he was like, where the fuck's Bruce? Like, why aren't you having Bruce in? And I expected him to show up in the comment section tonight, but he never did.
Is there I asked you that before. If there was a way we could figure out that I could be on from there, I would do it.
We've pretty much essentially figured it out now. Since the pandemic hit and nobody could fucking come in,
Right.
It was kind of like I either figure out how to get fucking people on video, or we can't have people on. So yeah, we've got it figured out now. So anytime you want to do it now, you
Then
just let
that's
me
what
know.
we'll talk about when we're done here.
Yeah,
Nice.
we'll do that.
Because I will come on every now and then, for sure.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Well, with the time difference, it might be a little weird, but I think it'll be all right.
Not really.
We still
if you
need
go
you.
on 9 here, it's 6 there.
Yeah.
We still need you in the flesh here and there.
No.
Yeah.
No, anytime I come home, I will definitely come by. Like I said, I'm
definitely.
glad to be here right now. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that it worked out that I stayed long enough to.
Yeah. How long have you been in town for?
Since Sunday.
Since Sunday? Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I drove back. Well, I said I was in South Bend,
Right.
headlining this place called The Drop Comedy Club
Right.
on Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I drove back here with my dad. And we watched the Super Bowl,
Oh yeah.
which was,
How disappointed
Fucking
were
wrong.
you?
dude,
Yeah.
I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Once it got down to like the fourth quarter was about half over, I knew
Yeah.
exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened just the way I imagined.
You should have put money on it, bro. Should have put.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like,
We were all sitting there watching.
all they need to do with that. No, but the thing that's the saddest to me now is that they should have won that game.
They
I mean,
should've.
they were the better team.
They really were.
Even with the shitty line. And, like, if they would have scored one more time, that game would have been over.
Oh yeah.
It was done.
Yeah.
But
They just got
3
real
fucking
lucky.
points, man.
I just knew it, man.
We were all sitting there watching.
I
and
said
told
I
the
got
wife,
watch.
I was like, "This
I
game's
said
over."
I got watch. They're gonna score a touchdown and they're gonna lose by 3 points. That's what I told my dad and them. Like, as soon as
And they were like, "No, it's not gonna
yeah.
happen."
It was like, don't. It was like, this is exactly what's gonna happen. I've seen this movie before,
Yeah.
and it's gonna end the exact same
rented
way.
it at Blockbuster 20 years
exactly.
ago.
And exactly what I said is gonna happen is gonna happen. It's gonna be Aaron Donald at the end of the fucking game, and they won't be able to stop him. And
Yep.
they couldn't.
My wife didn't understand the whole like, well, why aren't they playing it out? Like they don't have to. Like they've already got the ball back. All they got to do is fucking put a knee down. That's it. The game's over.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
So, but all right, we are going to get out of here. I want to thank you, Bruce, for coming in once again.
No, man. Thank you.
Appreciate
for
it
having me.
so much. Fucking
No, it's
miss
so
you,
good.
man. It's
I
been
miss
forever.
you too, man. I don't miss a lot of stuff about this place, but I miss, there's a few people I miss, and
That touches
you're
my heart,
definitely
man.
one of them.
That touches my heart, brother.
No, seriously.
But
We had a lot of good time.
we have. Did you drop your lid?
I did.
It's okay. We'll be
Something
outta
with
here.
me and lids.
But
man.
you have to come visit me.
Oh, I'd love to.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
dude.
saying. Why don't you come to Vegas?
I will.
Let's do it.
I will. I need to.
Let's do it.
Mainly it's because wife and kids.
Let's put
No,
a date
but-
on it.
It's not that expensive to
No.
come out there.
No, not for a $77 flight.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
not that expensive to come.
And we could
Right.
just.
And
Is lodging taken care of?
You got a couch?
yeah, no, what to say, I said I don't have like a room or anything. We have another room, but it's a long story. But it's,
Dude, I'm
Fair
I'm
enough.
taking it's a studio.
I'm completely cool.
Right.
with
my
an air
my
going
girlfriend's
buying an
my
air
girlfriend's
mattress.
making a TV show,
Oh, okay.
so she's creating a TV show. So the second bedroom is a studio.
Little
Like, there's all
studio.
kinds of shit in there. There's like
Oh, okay.
music shit and a computer and a green screen on the wall like this.
Yeah.
And all kinds of fucking puppets and puppet shit. It's a long story.
Fair enough.
What I'm saying is, like, usually I'd be like, oh, there's a second room, but that room's like a studio and / office thing
Right.
now. So we can blow up an air mattress in there. Or something
Yeah,
and
that'll
let
work.
you crash. But I'm just saying, you should come.
Oh, I'd love to. It's definitely on my list.
You should come visit.
Definitely on my list.
Well, now that we know that lodging's taken care of, I'm sure that
That's even
That's
better,
gonna be
yeah.
knocked out. On that list is going to be knocked out.
Check it off the list. It's
Yeah.
done.
Dude, it's not
Near
that. I said it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap to fly to Vegas.
Let's
Go gamble, bro.
You should come at least for a couple days.
Oh, yeah.
and just
Oh, if I
visit.
come, it'll probably be for either a long weekend, 4 or 5 days.
No,
something
that's
like
what I
that.
mean.
Yeah.
Just come for like a weekend, long
I
weekend.
think that'd be good. But all right.
Let's just go back with you.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm with you. Let's just do it. Fuck it. 4-hour drive to LA. I'm good to go.
Fuck it.
Dude, it is.
I know. We were thinking about that when we were out in LA. We were like, man, do you want to drive to Vegas?
You should have.
But my fucking rental car, man, I'd have went over on the miles.
That would have been nice.
And next time we'll get the ones without the mileage.
Yeah,
I didn't know
unlimited
that.
miles. Yeah.
You were there. Next time you're gonna be somewhere like that, tell me, because I could have drove to you,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
and I would have.
Or we could have met.
I have a friend that lives in L.A., so I can go to L.A. and just stay at his house.
Oh, there you go. That's even better.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell
So
yeah.
you should.
Hopefully this summer.
Oh yeah.
Keep our fingers crossed. But we'll see what we can do. But all right, we are out of here, folks. I want to thank everybody again. As always, if you like us, tell a friend. If you hate us, tell 10 friends. That being said, I'm your host, Jerry Saylor.
I'm Bruce Leonard.
And I'm the guy on the couch.
We are the fuck out. Stay sober, Toby.
Oh, he's sober?
Yeah, finally.
That's nice.